This is the Samsung Galaxy Flip Z. So this is awesome. I mean, look at that, it just flips open. There's so much to say about this device. I really like it. Even at that price tag of 5,888 ringgit. It's so well polished, it's much more improved, and it's made out of 3 critical components, which are the ultra-thin glass display, a sturdy aluminium base, and a kind of hardy plastic back. So put all these 3 together and what do you get? You get a really good flagship experience. This is not a concept phone. It's already selling outside. And I hope a lot of people can consider having one of these in their daily lives. So, but why though? Why is it so expensive? Well, first things first, we're going to talk about its specs. The processor is a Snapdragon 855 Plus. You get 8GB of RAM and 256GB of internal memory space. No micro SD slot. Maybe it will turn off some people. No audio jack. It's a really thin device. You only get one USB Type-C port, which I feel is sufficient. But what you're paying for is essentially the experience. It's got Samsung One UI 2 built in on top of Android 10, and it's a very smooth experience. I've had tons of Samsung devices before. This is not foreign to me. So the display, this ultra thin glass, what is it all about? It's longer than most. It's got that foldable dynamic AMOLED that has really good colors. If you want to watch your Netflix, whether you want it oriented like this, or you just want to flip it out and just watch it like that, all casual like and straightforward, you can definitely do that and enjoy yourself. Most importantly, it's got HDR10. You don't have to worry about the color reproductions. You'll instantly know that that's glass right there. You know, from scrolling to movements when you play your games, you know that as real glass right there. And it's thicker, you know, when I just, flick the screen right like that, it doesn't feel cheap. It doesn't feel like it was made in a rush. Samsung really did take their time on this one, and you can definitely notice that. But one thing that kind of turns me off is that center groove. It dents inwards ever so lightly, and when you're scrolling your apps or whatever up and down, you'll definitely feel that groove. But that's something a lot of people might start getting used to in the future, because I would say this is a very good future for flip phones. Playing games on this is very straightforward. The specs are competent enough to play 3D intensive games, but I wouldn't classify this as a gaming phone anyway. It's more of an experience phone, and a lot of people would pay just for that. This folding thing isn't really a gimmick, I would say. There are highlights to that, and there are certain benefits, and one of them is when you fold it at like this near 90-degree orientation, you can just leave it on your table and take a group selfie real quick. Just set the timer, get everyone in, 1, 2, 3, go. And if that's not fast enough for you, you can just leave it in this enclosed position and tap the power button twice, and the 1x1 inch AMOLED panel that's in front instantly becomes this selfie viewfinder, and all you need to do is press the volume button and you will feel that light vibration that indicates that the shutter has already taken that image. So just get everyone in real quick, 1, 2, 3, go! Button, shutter, image, viewing gallery, done. That is that ease of use. Battery life is alright with 3,300 milliamps of it. It can easily last through a day, but that's about it. Really, with your everyday use from emails, Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, playing some light games, you can go home at about 9 p.m. with about maybe 20% left in battery. As for the cameras, you get 2 sensors, which are a 12 megapixel wide lens and a 12 megapixel ultra wide. Both do a decent job taking everyday photos, but they're not essentially the best experience. You have the S20 for that. You will even go for the Note 10 just for better photos. But this won't disappoint you. This is not a letdown. The colors are decent, the dynamic range is just about alright, and the front-facing camera is a hole punch, and you get 10 megapixels of it that actually takes really decent photos. I mean, look at this. The colors are kind of alright, the detail is decent. You can see certain fine details, and you can take up to 4K video. So vloggers, if you wanted to take 4K video on this, I'd say it's fine. You know, just put it at 90 degrees, hold it like that, make it look like you're using makeup, you know, those makeup powder things that those women use these days. I'm a man, don't judge. If for some reason you're particularly looking for an Android flip phone, I could say this could be it. I know it's expensive, way more expensive than the Motorola Razr, but I'd say it's actually worth the investment. A lot of people would disagree with me, but what you're really paying for is the experience. You're not making this a gaming device, you're not making this a camera phone, you're making this a daily driver. It can do all of that. It's nothing specific. It's usable. It's definitely a conversation piece. A lot of people would be noticing, like, whoa, what are you using? I had the same experience with the Galaxy Fold. A lot of people just started looking at me when I had to reply a text message, when I had to fold out the device, because I like the keyboard that way. Okay? Alright, and that is my takeaway. I hope I have shed some light on some of you that have been wondering whether this is worth the 5,888 ringgit investment or not. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Zen the Geek. I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya!